to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
We'll make our way there in time. As to whether 'twill be sooner or later, that is for the Arisen to decide. These writings could be...
Our road was a long one, but here we are at last.
Well met. You're the one who saved Ulrika's life, aren't you? She told me all about it. It was a very brave thing you did. I'm in your debt. Ulrika's as good as my daughter. Here, consider this a small token of my gratitude. Now, tell me, are you registered with a guild? Perhaps you already know this, but registering with a guild will grant you access to specialized training, which comes in very useful when pursuing a vocation. Well now, that won't do. You need only speak with the innkeeper to register. Go on, 'twill only take a moment. If there is aught you wish to know of vocations, mayhap I can advise you. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the sword and shield. Fighters favor a balanced approach, excelling in both offense and defense, and can adapt to any situation. I am a fighter myself, and should there come a time when you impress me with your prowess, I might be willing to impart unto you some of what I know. Naturally, it is a vocation for those who seek to master the bow, an exceptionally useful long-ranged weapon. At close range, however, a bow is nary more useful than a walking stick. Aye, the secret to being a successful archer is maintaining distance between you and your foes. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the mystical arts. Magic. Mages can cast a wide array of offensive spells and aid their allies with magical support. However, the more powerful the spell, the longer one must spend incanting it. Thus, a mage is unlikely to last long on the field of battle without allies to protect them. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the dagger. Such blades lack heft, though this grants them the advantage of speed. Thieves favor light armor, which leaves them more vulnerable to attacks than those of other vocations. Their talents depend upon their finesse and ability to compensate for the length of their blade through sheer agility. Should you dedicate yourself to a vocation, you will find that new paths to master will open up to you over time. Try them as you like. Very well. There is no wrong choice in any case. It is entirely up to you which vocation you adopt. But I shan't take up any more of your time. Pray, be well.
Never for a moment did I doubt you'd grow stronger someday. Having said that, it's quite a relief.
Here at the inn, we also offer changes of vocation for those who seek it. I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
'Tis good to be busy. Work begets opportunity. Always a pleasure.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently.
So this is where you've been. Come with me to the village entrance. The watchhead's waiting for you.
Simple conversation oft reveals what a week of searching never could. Whom shall we speak with first? Now, Sir Gregor wants a word, eh? Hardly surprising. The Arisen's attentions are always in demand. Follow me, Master, a few words? I'll bring you to the one you seek.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
So, we finally arrived. I thought we'd never make it.
Ah, you've returned. Good timing, too. I have questions for you. First and foremost, will you accompany me to the capital? My thanks. Are you ready to depart, or do you need some time to prepare? Good. Then let us be on our way.
Have you forgotten something, Arisen? You're looking rather lost. Goblin!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement. There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
I cannot fault your prowess.
Glad to be of service.
Well said. We've found it, Arisen.
The Arisen is the lawful ruler of Vermund. So it has always been. To claim the title is to claim the throne. Yet, not all the claims are true. Our kingdom sees many pretenders. Not there's still one of them. Regardless, do well not to invite my mistrust.
I'll turn you into a pincushion!
Is there nothing we can do about this obstacle? If a ranged attack is needed, you can count upon my aim. I would gladly be obeyed, Arisen.
I've got a good feeling about this one. Come to think of it, different masters favour different pawns. One whom I served preferred to have beastrons for allies.
Each to their own. One can see far to the distance from here.
I'd gladly cast aside my weapon and laze about here, if the Arisen would permit it.
You have my support. You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use. This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Hold here a moment. I shall bid them open the gate.
Who's that you've brought with you, Watchhead, sir?
An Arisen, by all appearances.
An Arisen? Another pretender, you mean? I see the Sovereign's ascension has done little to stop such charlatans from plying their trade.
'Tis uncertain. This one commands the loyalty of the pawns.
What? Impossible. You know as well as I do that there can be but one Arisen, and he's up in the palace.
I'm well aware of how preposterous the idea is, thank you. However, as I do not believe it my place to rule on such a matter, I would make my report to the capital. If the claim is false, we will be rewarded handsomely for our trouble. If the claim is true, however, who can say? All's been arranged. Come, let us pass through the gate. An ox cart was meant to meet us, yet 'tis nowhere in sight. Aught may have befallen it. Best we press on.
Could yon chest be hiding? I must know.
Let us hope your curiosity will be rewarded.
Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Our traits mesh well together. Each of us is suited to a different task.
No challenge is beyond our combined might.
I knew it to be...
Is everyone all right? More marks of the dragon's fury. Its rampage must have weakened the earth here.
The creature's corpse will serve us well.
Go right ahead.
And here I was, hoping for some great treasure. Now I feel a fool.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
No one's coming to assail us. Mayhap we've scared them all off?
A brief respite is naught to decry.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful.
A moment long awaited. I knew it was only a matter of time before your skills reached a new height.
Now there's a worthy prize. Now you've got some far away.
Oh, what luck! 'Tis a chest!
I've just had a thought. We've not counted a thief among our number for some time.
Thieves aren't as dastardly as they sound. I'm sure you'd find them a welcome addition, Master.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favour.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste. Can't wait to find out what's inside.
Done no better.
Nothing of it!
Well said.
I dare say the cart shan't be traversing this. Onward! It might await us on the road ahead.
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
Did anyone else see that? Orc catches the light.
We ought to take a closer look.
had such resources. Huzzah! What a team we make, Arisen! A fantastic find. This is why I shall never tire of our adventures. There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
I'll wager I could make that shot.
You cut quite the hunter's figure.
What's this? We're trapped.
Fie! A Cyclops! To think we'd encounter one here of all places.
Cyclops draws near.
This brute has quite the temper.
I cannot believe they're arranged to our advantage.
Just had a thought. Might we make use of this forest? So it goes.
We can ill afford to rush headlong into battle. Let us watch our foe carefully to determine our objective.
What does that sound? Fall back!
We must not give them a chance to recover.
I shall lead the charge!
Focus your strength, Arisen! Would you care for some assistance?
Haste! Before I'm taken loose! You have my gratitude, sir. Should seem I misjudged you. I had taken you for another false Arisen. Goodness knows we see a lot of them. Yet the value you showed in coming to our aid has dispelled such thoughts. Here, take this, as a mark of my trust. Give it to one of the sentinels stationed at the gates to the capital, and you'll be granted an audience with Captain Brandt. You're free to make your own way to the capital now. I see no need to keep you under constant watch, and I'm sure you'll breathe a little easier as well, aye? Of course, if you'd rather continue to accompany us, you are still welcome to join us on the ox cart. 'Tis your decision.
Haven't you a lantern arisen? I'll be here, but standing still is harder than it looks, you know. Here you are.
Ah, Here's the cart now. Do you intend to join us? Very well. Board the ox cart and we'll be off.
That ladder looks promising, but we'll have to drop it down from above.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
They can be most convenient, though they only travel during the day. I could look upon this sky for all eternity, if 'twasn't for the crick in my neck.
Keep gazing upward and you're like to stumble ere long.
Ah, a material. Useful things, these.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Goblins! What rotten luck! We've need of your aid again, sir.
More foes? I can scarce feel my arm from the last battle. That'd be a service.
Well said. I shan't let them find you.
Seems we drove them off. You've my thanks for aiding us. Vernworth isn't far from here. Will you join us the rest of the way? All right. Into the ox cart, then.
I was informed of your coming would be Arisen.
Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Several witnesses can attest to it. Though I admit I had my doubts at first. 'Twould seem this is no mere deceiver.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved our hides on the way here.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one Arisen. That Arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermont. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender. You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Then you have truly lost your memory? In that case, mayhap I ought to explain the situation before we proceed. You, and no other, are the sovereign, the only legitimate ruler of this kingdom. Some days past, you confronted the dragon in the village of Melv, whereupon you became Arisen. The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, ending Vermont's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous council, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the council's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, Your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct Your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the sovereign in your stead, a mere puppet. However, with Your Majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear?
Seeing the captain always makes me nervous. Not for it, but to cut my...
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
You're a kind one, aren't you? 'Twould seem I am in your debt. In fact, there's aught I would ask of you if you've the time to spare.
Aha! There you are!
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait. Till next we meet. Farewell.
Train, arms procure. How might I liven up our time-worn routine?
'Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it leads?
Ah, excellent find.
What delights might there be to find in town today?
I suppose I ought not shirk rehearsal. I ought not shirk rehearsal.
Fancy a little more wares?
I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
If you refer to changes in the military's makeup, I've heard the same.
Indeed. Tell is, there's been a shift in the chain of command.
Welcome to Bjorn's Armory. You'll find only pieces of the finest quality line these shelves. And quality is what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, misers die early deaths. Many thanks. I appreciate the business.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh? Many thanks. Need anything?
Don't know a town till we met its people. I catch myself up on the talk around town.
Well met, son. How might I be of...
Might as well take a look. While you're here, eh? Stop by again soon.
I'll set out on my own adventure someday.
Might I be of service?
This really is fun. Me? Just going for a stroll.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Each day is the same as the one before it, I tell you.
My back's not acting up today.
Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
When does my watch end?
I'm ready for patrol.
Living's hard, but dreams are free, they say.
Oi there, friend. Care to help a fellow out? All I ask is that you hear my request. What have you got to lose? My thanks, sir. As to the matter at hand, it concerns my ox cart business. I've been holding off service on account of all the monsters on the road, but now I feel prepared to start making trips to Melv again. Only trouble is, there are still monsters about, and I can't help but worry for the safety of the carts. That's where you come in. See, I've got a letter here from Lady Margit, the Watchhead's wife, to be delivered to one Sir Leonard in Melv. I'd like you to accompany the cart in my stead and see to it that the letter reaches its recipient. What say you, friend? Splendid! I knew I was right to put my faith in you. Now, the carts only depart at certain hours of the day, but I find that time flies when I take a seat at the station to wait. And mind you don't forget to pay your way before you board. That's standard practice, and I would advise against trying any funny business. Each cart travels with an escort of trained soldiers, see, in case it encounters any monsters out on the road. So anyone thinking of riding for free will have to take the issue up with them. But enough of my lecturing. Just make sure that letter gets to Sir Leonard, then come find me when the job's done. Oh, and I'll pay your fare this time, seeing as you're doing me a favour and all. Come find me when you've delivered that letter. I'll be waiting to hear from you.
We ought not to keep the recipient waiting.
What did he say his name was again? Ah, Humphrey. The lad's in Vernworth now. He's eager, I'll give him that. Expedition, sword drills, say the word and he'll join in at a moment's notice. Say, you look experienced. You should talk to the lad. I'm sure he'll be glad of a bit of guidance.
The sight of yon ox cart has brought all my fatigue to the fore. Shall we climb aboard?
Fewer monsters are to be found in the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light.
Well, this is no good. Can't let myself get distracted.
Would that I could spend all day here.
Should I get up to
Wearing all
tonight?
hats. Spend the day.
It falls on me to resolve this.
Can't expect to fare so well every day.
Stomach's complaining.
What ought I to do?
I'll have an early supper.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to...
This ox cart's bound for Melv. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
My body's not forgiving me for last night's scuffle.
I've got to focus.
I'll go and open the chest.
It's been a hard day. We're setting out. Jump on if you're paid.
My knees have been acting up.
Fine for today. I'm stuck till the passenger comes along. I'm the president of command
My back's so stiff after a day.
Now, where was I headed?
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
It was a bumpy ride, but we've arrived all the same.
Mayhap we can employ a cart for our next journey.
Well met.
Pleasure doing business with.
Hale, if you've a moment to spare, I'd like a word. As you can see, we're rebuilding, a task that can always benefit from another pair of hands. What say you? Would you be willing to help? Excellent. You're a good sort. I'll not soon forget this. Here's what I need from you. A bask of saurians has made their nest outside the village. Though they're yet to cause any harm, their proximity makes the villagers uneasy. I'd like to enlist your aid in driving them away. I've prepared some explosive casks and left them by the village entrance. Use them to send the saurians scattering.
A saurian nest so near the village is worrying indeed. Let us see the explosive casks there as quickly as we may.
Tis as you say.
Aye, what can I do for you? Ah, a letter from Lady Margaret, you say? 'Tis a fair way you've come, then. My thanks. She's a kindly sort, I must say. We met when I worked with her husband, Sir Gregor, on one occasion. Now she's taken to inquiring after my health at the turn of every season.
We'd best report back.
I'm just grateful I get to lead it. My life.
Another day over.
Time to be heading home.
Where are you going? Another day.
must try to find a moment to gather our strength. The Arisen has been drenched. Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement.
It's this way.
We've travelled for some time without a mage in our party.
Frankly, I'd feel much safer. The creature's corpse will serve us well.
Go right ahead.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my specialty.
Where are you going?
No easy answers here.
What to do?
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavour to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Is that you, Norbert? Oh, fie. I can't wait. Listen. Would you be willing to search for my brother? The brave fool said he was going to look for herbs and went off into the forest. I'd go and search for him myself, only this is a dangerous place. Understand? I'm not afraid of monsters, but 'twould hardly help anything if I were to run in there unprepared and get myself hurt now, would it? So I thought, mayhap you'd go in my place. You look like you could manage those woods better than I. Please, sir, I worry for my brother. Many thanks. Right. As for where I think he's gone, go into the forest and turn when you reach the tree with the bird's nest, keeping the cliff to your right. Ah, this won't work, will it? I could see the route in my mind's eye, but my feet know it better than I do. I don't think my brother and I are the only ones who use that path, to my knowledge. I suppose there's only one thing for it. I'll have to show you the way. Just be alert. The monsters of the forest have changed since the dragon's attack. I'll need you to watch over me, keep me safe. You will, won't you? Right. In we go, then. My life's in your hands, friend.
Perhaps we ought to hurry, lest we arrive too late to be evade.
Hello again, sir. Say, have you brought some fruit robberant for me? Oh, so this is what it looks like. Brilliant. Many thanks, sir. I haven't much to offer in return, but I'll be sure to tell Grandfather what you did for us. He'll want to reward you proper-like, I'll bet.
Such moments make me proud to serve the Arisen.
I've a knack for gathering items, and am ever on the hunt for new finds. I'll gladly try out any useful mechanisms I espy. I hope I can count on you in a scrape. Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it leads? We ought to need healing. I'm happy to oblige. Hold just a moment.
Don't you air tire
What to do? Seems naught ever goes right.
It's this way.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
I don't like this place at all.
Tis no more or less than what one might have expected.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
This is a good spot. Let's stop here a moment. I've camped here with my brother many a time. No doubt he caught his breath here afore moving on, same as us.
Curious how a fine meal makes your eyelids heavy and not your stomach.
Agreed. We ought to give ourselves a chance to recover ere we continue on our journey.
If you mean to find Sir Norbert, methinks I know where to look. I've a rough idea of where our destination lies. Shall I show you there, Master?
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Goblins approach!
I cannot fault your prowess.
Think nothing of it.
Splendid.
My badges are at your disposal.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I am by your side.
Can anyone hear me? Please! I need help!
I'll wager I could make that shot.
You cut quite the hunter's figure. You have my protection.
This spell will empower you. Elemental magic.
I can dance and cheat for joy.
I'd thought I was done for.
Aye, 'twas a near thing. How are you feeling?
I think I'll be all right. But if you hadn't come for me, Thanks, Ian.
Save your thanks, Norbert. I'm your brother. And I ought to have come sooner.
From where I'm standing, all that matters is that you made it in time. Anyway, I'm eager to be rid of this place. Let's return to the village, shall we? The sooner the better. I've got to deliver these medicinal herbs to the people who need them.
Aye, you'll hear no complaints from me. Let's be off then.
Our duty is a worthy one, to escort our charge safely and intact. While in another world, I happened upon a treasure chest rather close by here. Perhaps I could show you the way? It's about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say, Master? Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away.
Back at last. That was an ordeal.
Aye, I'm exhausted, but I can rest after I've delivered these herbs. I'll be back soon.
Good on you. Just take care, all right? You wonder why I don't follow him? So long as he stays away from that forest, he'll be fine on his own. When my brother told me he was going to fetch those herbs, I refused to join him. Said it was too dangerous. What with the monsters acting strangely of late. And I was right. But mayhap none of this would have happened had I only gone with him. My brother is always the one taking the initiative, while I stand around with my hands in my pockets. But today's misadventure showed me that the path forward is the one with fewer regrets. Even when you can't be sure where it leads. We managed to save Norbert, and perhaps that's all that matters. Still, I can't help but wonder if I couldn't have spared him some of the pain and fear he suffered. If I'd only steeled myself sooner. So from now on, I'm going to trust in my own instincts. Ne'er again will I let fear stop me from doing what I know to be right.
Sir Ian was rather hard on himself, methinks. He saved his brother just as much as we did.